Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2015, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. My name is Angie Whitcomb, and I'm joined this morning by Tony Paz, who is running for the Shakopee School Board. Tony, thanks for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your background and yourself and why you're running for school board.
I'm born and raised in Shakopee. My parents are born and raised. My grandparents, actually, two of them went to Shakopee schools as well.
Great.
I graduated in '95. I went to Mankato State for a couple of years, realized that wasn't for me. So I went to Dunwoody and got a degree in electrical construction design and management. I've been in multiple organizations. I was a Shakopee Lion, I was a Shakopee JC, I was the president of the Shakopee Coyotes baseball team. I also volunteered for the state baseball amateur tournament that was here in 2008. I've done multiple volunteering with Cancer Society, Special Olympics, Capella University.
Great.
I have no ties, true. I mean, I have family that have been through here, but I have no kids. I have a fiance. We just bought a house here a year and a half ago. I've always been a big backer of Shakopee in general. I mean, it is part of me. It is me. And I've, been involved in the Operations and Facilities Task Force last summer. And this year I'm on the outside committee that is trying to come up with the best plan for what to do with the outside areas of the school district.
Great. Well, so Tony, in your view, what is the most pressing issue facing the school district in the next year? And if you are elected to school board, how will you work to address that?
Trust. After the failed referendum and leading up to it, I think a lot of people lost trust in the school district and the guidance of what was going on. People thought the spending was a little excessive. They also, with the information that was coming out for the first referendum in 2014, they thought some of the information was misled, and some people thought they were coerced.
Okay.
I want to be part of it, like I said, with the Operations Facility Task Force and with the outside committee. I want to see what I've started follow through on. I want to finish up. I want to make sure what the community voted on, that we give them what they voted for, what they said was important. Because obviously the second one passed in 2015, so I mean it's what people wanted, it's what Shakopee wanted. And I feel, with the no ties, I'm going to speak for the community, not just for myself. It's going to be, and I feel open where I think people will feel comfortable enough to talk to me, come and talk to me on the streets, give me a phone call, email me, and I will get back to them, not always immediately, but in a timely fashion.
Okay, great. So there's obviously a strong tie between the school district and the business community. If you are elected to school board, what are 3 concrete action steps you'd either take or support that would help enhance the health of the business community?
CAPS agency, or I shouldn't say agency, the CAPS program that is new this year. Everyone's done a great job with it. Sean Hallett, the school board member, she's kind of spearheaded the whole thing, and this is her baby. I love the program. I don't know a lot about it right now, but I love the schools and the community businesses working together. It is just St. Francis and Shakopee, 2 great community businesses. It's a great start, and that's they're in the future. I think we need to add more businesses to that, not just large businesses. Small business need to be included in there too. There needs to be, people need to realize that there is more out there than just the big businesses. I mean, small businesses make the local communities grow and move on, which also leads to kind of a 2-part. I would like to see, there's an expo at the school. But I would like to see it include the trade schools and the small businesses, and maybe some of the classes that are used for engineering. Maybe bring in some local people that are involved in that, and maybe they can grade and do some of it, so people get a different vote or a different side of view perspective on what happens out in the real world. And the thirdly is, I think we need to make sure we ensure to the businesses in the community that if they support the Shakopee School District, that they're going to be notified, and so they're going to be not notified. They're going to be given the opportunity. It's going to be publicized that they actually support it somehow.
Great. So, as a school board member, should you be elected, whose interests do you believe should guide the decisions the school board makes? Whose interests should matter most?
Students.
Tell me more about that.
Well, they need it. That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
We need to make sure they have all the tools, whatever it is that they go forward with. I mean, you know, some people learn at different processes. Some people, you know, some people will go into the future and go to education. Some people will go and work right away.
Mhm.
We need to make sure they have all the tools to be able to get there.
Mhm.
And with that being said, then I also think the teachers need the tools that they can to help these kids. You know, I'm not saying we give them absolutely everything, because that's not possible.
Mhm.
I mean, we got to be, you know, consider the finances as well.
Mhm.
Which, that's why I also think in the back of my mind, and kind of like I said earlier, the community is important, because they are supportive. They want to be supportive. We have a very prideful community here, and we don't want to deny the school of anything. And I think, you know, with that being said, I think we need to bring it back to where it was a few years ago.
Okay, great. So, if somebody had approached you and said they were thinking of moving their family or their business here to Shakopee, what would you say to them to convince them that this was the right place?
I feel, and maybe I'm a little biased, that we have a big community, but it's a small town feel. I mean, if you allow it. There's some people you talk to that, you know, I met somebody, you know, 5-7 years ago that lived on the other side of 169. And they're like, what do you mean downtown? I'm like, bars, restaurants, businesses. I'm like, it's like a mile away, not even a mile away. I mean, you need to, you know, bring that together and show them that there is more to this town than what they just 169 get out here. Which also is why I think with the 6 academies that the school district, the high school is moving to, I think that's kind of the same thing. It's going to be a big school. But the 6 academies, it gives them a small school feel. And so they get the chance to know their teachers, get to stay more with them instead of just saying one class and then you move on to the other corner of the school.
Yep. Okay. So, in closing and wrapping up this interview, why are you the best candidate for school board?
I feel I'm the best candidate for a school board because Shakopee is me. I'm part of Shakopee. I want to give back. I've been very supportive of Shakopee, all activities, for my whole life. I just bought a house here with my fiance a year and a half ago, and we're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I look forward to your support.
Great. Tony, thank you for spending some time with us this morning. And thank you for watching Meet the Candidates 2015. As always, for all information about the upcoming election, please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org.